Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Abdel with Ratio Trading. Today is August the 19th, 2014. And of course, the big story today is Apple nearing its all-time high. So if we take a look at the monthly chart, which I love to look at because it gives us a nice view, you can see here that Apple is basically retesting its all-time highs here. It is just around that area, right? You can see it's just touching that area. So it's essentially retesting its all-time highs. And obviously the month isn't over. We've got another full week ahead of us. A little bit more than that, I believe. Yep, a little bit more than a full week. And the question is going to be whether Apple is going to be able to press through this. Now, September 9th, while Apple hasn't officially announced, it has been reported by very reputable outlets such as Reuters, Wall Street Journal, and so forth, that Apple will be holding an event for its next iPhone on September 9th, which is 3 weeks from today. There's also rumors of it's a wearable that'll come out before the end of the year. We'll have to wait and see. But given the sort of pent-up demand, the hype around this, it's not inconceivable to see this thing start breaking through. Now, I wouldn't make the assumption that that's going to happen, but right now this candle looks pretty darn strong. So my expectation, as I've said before, is to stay long. And the reason is not because of the next version of the iPhone, it's really because of the charts. Again, you can see we had a beautiful buy about mid last year here. It worked out. It's retesting the highs here. My expectation is that if it breaks through here, 127. Now, if you're not in this trade, what do you do? And we talked about this in our trading room today. The thing to do if you're looking to be long is you should, in my opinion, wait for the break above this high, right? A break and a close. So ideally what you want to do is start drilling down into like a daily chart and start looking for a scenario when Apple starts to break through. Maybe it happens tomorrow. If it happens, let's say it happens tomorrow, that's when I would look to be long. So if I were not trading Apple, if I were not long Apple now, what I would do is wait for it to start breaking above. Let's say that it closed above here tomorrow. I would get long immediately, and I'd place a stop below this structure right here, right? This where it looked like there might have been a head and shoulders. I'd place a stop below this structure right here, and I would wait. Now, my expectation is that, again, over the next few months, maybe by next month, we're going to start extending to the 127. Now, we know how markets like Apple, Amazon, Google, how quickly and how fast they can move. So if this starts to get real pushing momentum, which I suspect will happen given a new all-time high, we could get some serious buying into that 127. So keep an eye on that. If you're not comfortable doing that, one of the other things we talked about is looking at smaller time frame charts for scenarios to buy. So this was an example. I'm looking at an hourly chart here, and you can see Apple had spent the last few hours of the day sort of topping off. Draw a retracement there, and if Apple can manage to retrace down into this 50 to 618 level, you have some previous structure resistance here, that's also a way you can kind of get in without having to take maximum risk to see if it can get going. You can see it happened actually on this leg right here. So if you go from that low right here, so from this low up to this high, you can see right into the 50, boom, and started continuing. So that's another thing you can do. But overall, I am bullish. I think this is going to push through. We may see some resistance where we are now, but overall, look for it to start pushing through before the end of the month. I think we may see that. And then from there, we'll watch and see what happens. Real quick look at the S&P. Like I said, I did take an aggressive short here. You can see it's right up against that trend. The next couple of days is going to be very important. If this thing starts continuing to push through, then obviously this trade will be completely wrong. But I took an aggressive short looking for it to move essentially back down to the 191 level over the next few days, weeks. And I've got a stop basically above the high, above 200, okay? Reason being, again, looking at the monthly, we'll see. It's an aggressive sell, no question, but it's a very small risk for a much larger potential reward. The next couple of days will tell us a lot. All right, guys. Hope that helps. Any questions, let us know, and I'll see you guys next time.